Okay, it looks like I'm live. I tried to do this on YouTube a moment ago, but it just kept giving me like the circle of death or whatever. I don't know. It seemed like it take for freaking ever. Anyway, my name is Michael, and I run a project called the Easy Path Project. And the idea behind it is to help men develop their inner game so that they can live a better life, first of all, but also have better relationships, get along better, not only with their friends and family and the people they come across, but also themselves. Like, one of the things that I've noticed over time is that I'm really my harshest critic. I make things incredibly difficult on myself. And I imagine I'm not alone in that. I imagine that lots of people make things really painful for themselves because they just won't cut themselves a break. They just won't let loose. And one of the things that I'm trying to do with this is to give you some really solid information as far as how you can do this. I've been working on personal development very, um, I can't even think of a word to describe it. I spend a ridiculous amount of time trying to make myself feel better or think better or interact better or deal with situations better. Or there's so many things that your life can be better if you get your internal structure in order, and then all of the external stuff will just kind of fall into place because like you're solid, you're like the foundation. You're Anyway, and that's kind of where I want to help other people be. I know that like I watch a lot of videos on here, uh, on YouTube about dating or about relationships or about how people deal with people, and especially with men and women. And I listen to these younger guys, and not to point them out like as they're bad necessarily or whatever, but like they just don't have the life experience. A lot of the things that they say are things that I would, look back on myself and say, hey, wow, I would have said that when I was 25 and I didn't know what's going on. Well, now I'm much older than 25, and I see things through a different lens. And that's actually what uh, the first lesson that I've made. I'm sitting here struggling with how to make it. I mean, I don't want to sit here and read. What if the reality you experience every day is mostly a reflection of your own mind? But I guess that's something I'm going to have to do. I mean, if I want to get that information across to you, then I'm going to have to be able to present it. And so far, I'm doing pretty decent. I mean, it's been 3 whole minutes, and I'm managing to speak extemporaneously, which is from a set of notes that I've made. I've got these. First of all, I've got like 30 years worth of um, notes that I've taken as I've gone through my personal development journey. I was at an incredibly low point in my life. I'm going to try to discuss things without being the most open about everything. I mean, I'd like to keep my personal life kind of personal, but at the same time explain to people what's going on. But I was having a bad time. I was a totally different person until I was about 26, and I didn't like that person, and it kind of all came crashing down at one point, and it was just there was a lot for me to deal with, and it's just like a lot of people have to go through this situation where they have to decide, well, I'm either going to give up or I'm going to make things better, and I have. I mean, my life has gone from being painful all the time to less painful. It's still kind of a drag sometimes, but I mean, I think that if you were honest, that you would say that um, a lot of these things that you have to learn to work through or whatever can be a real pain in the ass. And, you can either learn them on your own, like, from the School of Hard Knocks, or you can listen to some dude on YouTube talking on a live stream and reading off a list. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I'm going to have to be reading it off a list for the first several weeks until I get to the point where I can speak. And then that's when I'm going to be providing value to you. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm some dude, but like, I mean, well, I mean, people write books, people make videos, and people do this. I mean, they've got their strengths, they've got the things that they are good at, and this happens to be one thing I'm particularly good at. Um, I find myself often having people ask me for advice or to help them think their way through things, and I'm thinking, wow, well, this might be an opportunity to go from where I'm helping my friends on a one-on-one basis to where I can help an audience. I'm trying to keep the ego under control, like the humility, like, well, I don't want to come off sounding like I'm some kind of expert and that I know everything. I mean, literally everything that I know is either come from personal experience or it's come from studying up. So usually if I've made a mistake or something, I'm going to be digging deep into my sources and try to not do that again, because it feels crappy to, like, to bounce off a wall over and over again. It's like, oh, you could also just get smart and move on, walk around the wall, like, don't walk into it. Anyway, so there's things going on here that I just don't know how to do. I don't know how to do the chats. I don't know how to do anything. Anyway, so hopefully, you can watch me do this. And anyway, so I'm going to wrap it up right this second. This has been the first actual live stream that I've done. And for 7, almost 8 minutes, wow. When I was practicing, and I've been practicing for the last week on this live stream, trying to feel comfortable speaking into a camera and thinking about, there's an actual person or an actual group of people out there that are listening to me talk, and thinking, Jesus, this guy's fucking boring. Excuse my French. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying um, to make this interesting and to make it useful, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so this is my very first live stream, and then I will keep practicing, and I will bring you more live streams and hopefully some useful information that you can apply to your life and make things easier for you. The tagline for this site is, maximum life, minimum struggle. And I've been real lucky to lead a really interesting life. I've had a lot of fun so far. I mean, I've had challenges and stuff, and that's the point about the minimum struggle. It's like, wow, okay, if I can think of the things that I went through in a particular situation and share it with you, so that you can think, maybe I don't need to step on this rake. Michael stepped on that rake and he said it sucked. So I'm going to not step on rakes. So now I've talked about not running into walls and not stepping on rakes. Do you see what I'm getting at? It's like, I'd like to make it where you can have an easier life and just, rock out with your cock out. That's how they say it. Anyway, so yeah, so thank you for sticking around if you are here. And if you're not, then it's just me talking into a camera.